there. Welcome to the Springboard Hangouts with Comfort Ocran. Hangouts, as you know, is your educative program where we have fun and talk about issues that concern us. Today on the Springboard Hangouts, we are privileged to have two great people in studio. And I'm going to start today with a question to Dennis. Is it true that we don't have a customer service problem, but most businesses have a branding problem?
Okay, so in terms of branding, I think quite a number of people don't quite understand the full extent of what branding actually means. This is a very intentional process where, a product or service is marketed consistently over time with discipline to customers to build a perception and maintain the perception.
Right. So he says that no, it's because of the approach. But what do you say? Is it a customer service problem? So I'm flipping it for you. Is it a customer service problem or is it a branding problem?
Okay.
From your perspective.
So from my perspective, customer service problem is one of the reasons because if you look at Ghana, for example, our part of the world, a lot of people don't understand customer service. They think that customer service is just like selling the thing to the people, interacting with them, and that is all. But now, customer service has even evolved and moved from customer service to what we call customer experience. So if people really are mindful of their brand, as my brother Dennis said, then definitely they will think about what experience they really want to give to their people, their customers that comes in. So once they think about that, then it means that the customer's experience is in there, and then the customer service, which is the normal day-to-day transaction, will also follow. Today
we're talking about branding and customer service for young businesses. So if you are there, you know someone who has a great business, but the business is not doing too well, kindly invite the person, send the links to the person, call the person to watch, and the person might be able to save his or her business. So therefore, today, we have Dennis, we have James, and the studio is going to be great. Importantly, I want you to know that, for the past 18 years that the Springboard Roadshow Foundation has been in existence, we have interacted with over 1 million young Ghanaians across the nation. Therefore, if you are one of our alumni, we would encourage you to get in touch with us because we are rolling out great things for different people, especially our alumni. Call us on our hotline 0308-255-775, 0308-255-775, or call us on 024-9999-555, 024-9999-555. And just write alumni, either by WhatsApp or when you call, you tell us that you want to be onboarded onto the alumni network, and you will get people who will support you in that quest. Now, so, I want to go for a quick break. When I return, we'll go into the conversation that we have with James and Dennis. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. Today, as I said, we are blessed to have in the studios Dennis Gawuga and James Mills, and we are going to talk about customer service and branding. We've been privileged to have them with us during the Ghana Grows program when they were on as mentors, and they have very interesting stories to tell us. But I want us to know a little bit about themselves, their backgrounds, and then we'll dive into the story. So let me start with you. James, what led into customer service?
My journey started way back 2004 with Ghana Telecom Call Center.
Right.
And I started as a call center agent, and I rose through the ranks. And really what really pushed me into customers, during my early days in my career, I noticed that interacting with customers and helping customers really gives me the opportunity to get more ideas and then also help customers and come out with products. So my area of expertise is actually complaint management, because out of customers' complaints, I'm able to suggest for product to come out of it. So I've been in the customer service industry for 22 years and still counting.
Wow.
And I've been doing a lot of things in terms of training, customer service training. I've been heading a lot of companies in terms of the customer service department. And currently, I'm the site lead and then the senior operations manager for Ubiquity Global Services in Ghana.
Do you hear it's global services, so it's not just local, it's global service. Keep that in mind. So tell me, Dennis, yes, what about you? What's your background like?
Okay, so I trained as a graphic designer in school.
Okay.
Yes, and I started off working whilst I was in school. So interning with an ad agency. So I started off with a below-the-line agency and Top Dog. So we were agency for Nestle at the time. So all the street activations and the likes, events and programs, we did that. Then I transitioned into advertising, mainstream advertising with Originate Saatchi and Saatchi.
Okay.
Yeah, so started off as a senior design person, rose through the ranks as an art director, then eventually creative director. Then moved on into brand design and consultancy with Brandcoms UK, where I worked for about 8 years. So we handled brands like EcoBank across the continent. And with 8 years, experience, I moved on now to the other side of things, where I'm now the communications and marketing manager at CFAO Mobility Ghana.
Right. So you see that we've got the right people in the studio. So all your questions, please send it to us. We are waiting for you, right? Okay. So, there are many young businesses in Ghana right now, which is very good for the country, because then that means that young people are creating solutions for challenges they find around them. I have heard people complain that, oh, nobody buys my wares. Do you think it's a branding problem or it's a customer service problem?
It's a two-way thing. It's combined.
Right.
But I'll start from the branding, because that's where we actually first interface with a brand, right? That's where you see the logo. That's where you identify the brand or the product and then draw close to it. Then from that point on, you experience the product or brand. And that's what leaves the impression on the minds of people. And then they decide whether or not to patronize your product or service. Now, on the branding level, you may have a brand or product that says it is something, but doesn't look the part. So then that becomes a challenge for your brand. So if you are doing very excellent pineapple juice, or you have a particular service that is so excellent, but you're poorly branded and you don't look the part, nobody's going to buy from you. In many of my facilitations that I've done, I've given the example of a Rolex watch seller. Someone wants to sell a Rolex watch and he appears quite shabbily. It affects the perception of the product that he's selling. And people would doubt whether that Rolex is indeed genuine or fake, simply because of how the person has presented himself.
So there's a disconnect.
So there's a disconnect.
With the customer service, as he mentioned, and I want people to understand this, that customer service or customer experience, as people always say, is the new marketing. Because what is happening is that marketing will do their adverts, sales will go out there and sell it. But when the people, the customers come to buy the product, what experience do you give to them? How do you welcome them? How do you explain the product to them? So when that is missing, people have heard about the Rolex, people have heard about they see the logo, they see the branding, it's very nice. But when they come and interact with your people, right from your gate man up to the front desk, to the showroom, who is interacting with them. And if we don't get that piece right, that is where people will have their brand, and at the end of the day, the logo, everything looks good, and then customer experience is not wow. So most of the time, people miss out on customer service, they miss out on the customer experience, and people walk in and they walk out without purchasing anything. So I tell people that customer experience is the new marketing, because when people get that wow experience, they will go out there and then they will tell people, you don't need to talk. They will tell them.
If I'm a new business starting my journey, what do I need to pay attention to?
Okay, so if you're a new business and you are starting, one of the things is that you have to get the right people in place. You have to invest in getting the right people in place. Today, a lot of people think that customer service is something that anyone can do, but you need the right people. You need the people with the right attitude. So there is a book by Dare to Me that said that customer service is an attitude, not a department. So your attitude, how do you communicate to people? How do you even introduce their products? Do you sell features or you sell benefits? When you sell benefits, that is where people will really buy the product. And when they finish buying the product, when they call you, they are making enquiries. How do you serve them? So all these things are things that come to play where customers really get in there and they say that, wow, when I went there, the way the ambience was, the way they received me, the way they smiled at me, the way they communicated to me, the way even I yelled at them, and then they were able to show empathy, and then they calm me down. That is where I'll go there again and again. Because most customers, when they come to you, believe me, when they come in, they are complaining about their product. They are not looking at it that resolve it there and there. It is you showing empathy, calming them down, and giving them the assurance that you can work on the issue or you can fix it. Don't assume that the customer understands the advert that you have placed out there. Don't pour your jargons on them. Come to their level and explain to them. If you get to the point and then you can talk to at that level, at the jargon, the person understands, fine, but come down to the person. And when we do that, I tell you, customers will always come, even if there is a problem. Because when you tell them that we'll resolve this thing in 2 hours, you resolve it in 1 hour. That is what we call under promise and over deliver.
Thank you. So that means that we will think about, we should look at how we would get our processes in place so that when we promise something, we are able to deliver, not after we said we would do it, but we'll deliver it at the right time. So now let's look at the branding ball, which is the other side of the customer experience. What exactly should a new organization or even an existing one ensure that they have in place, well situated, to make their brand not just visible, but one that is trustworthy?
Okay, so with branding, like I said in the beginning, it's very interconnected with the experience side of things. So there's a brand and there's a brand experience. So different brands carve out or develop their experiences based on their brand personalities, based on who they say they are and what kind of service they deliver and how they deliver that service. So if, for example, a popular pizza company in the US would say, okay, with us, if you order your pizza within this radius, you're getting it within this set of time. You're sure that when you order your pizza, you're gonna get it, and that's the experience. So as a developing or an emerging brand, you know what service you're offering, and what you need to also discover what you are differently doing from your peers.
Okay.
So once you identify that, then you deliver that as an experience. And that's part of your brand, because then there's a brand and there's a brand experience. So if you're able to do that, you should be able to reflect and ask yourself questions. As a brand, what service or product am I delivering? How differently am I doing it from the other person? How do I deliver it? Now, it's in that promise that you deliver consistently that defines your brand. When I walk into a particular cafe in Accra, I'm sure to hear a chant welcoming me. It makes me feel important. You know it. There's a popular cafe I will mention
Right,
names.
yeah,
But
yeah.
once you enter, there's a chant that welcomes you. It tells you they have noticed you. They are going to serve you. And it's part
Beautiful.
of the experience.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's part of their brand. Maybe another brand may not do the same thing, but something else. So an emerging brand would definitely have to understand who they are, what service they're offering, and how differently they offer it, and carry it through consistently. That will make the difference.
I like the part that you talk about carrying it through consistently. Dennis, last week in my DM, I received a message from a lady who was complaining about someone's service, that the person had bought something from the person from October, and as at the time that she was talking, the thing had still not been delivered. From the branding perspective, what damage? Maybe it may not be damaging. Maybe it's just fine. And then from the customer service, so let's look at it from both angles. So this is somebody, it's a typical example where a young somebody online and the person has not delivered the promise that he or she said will do.
Okay.
What would you say?
Right. The person definitely has a reason to complain because then that is not what was promised here
At all.
in terms of what was presented here. So first and foremost, the owner of the business definitely has to get in touch with the customer and probably explain. But before explaining, actually empathize and understand what is going wrong.
She actually sent me DMs, I mean pictures of her conversation with the client, but she sent it to me because I know the business owner.
Okay.
And so she was like, no, this person can't work like this.
Right.
What do you say?
So I like something, I'm picking up on something there. So the person has a perception that this person can't work like this. It means that there's a certain expectation, there's a certain impression that's been created about this person, and for that particular moment, that person is not delivering on who they say they are. So they are also now recreating a different brand for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so that is definitely a problem, and that has to be resolved first and foremost. Apart from creating the brand, like I said, there's also the brand experience, which we have to be very intentional about and make sure that it's all part of the packaging, which we like to do in this part. The nice presentation, the nice dressing, the nice packaging, the nice messages on social media. Yes, that is all well and good. That gets us to the market. Now, what keeps us in market is how we deliver, on our promises.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the young ones today, we shouldn't get swayed with the hype of there are people going to come anyways, but keep and build your base. You can only grow as exponentially as you continuously deliver on your promise.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that is one key thing that should be done. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So with you, having heard from this angle, is there something the person can do to salvage this situation? Because we're supposed to have delivered in a month, and this is 5 months as we are speaking. How do we salvage the situation?
So from customer, service or customer experience point of view, I believe that there is an SLA, the service level agreement, which the client is aware that it's supposed to be 1 month and you've gone over. So my question is that who is monitoring the complaint line? Who is checking whether they are bridging the service level or they are not, they are within the service level? Who is talking to the customer? Who is engaging the customer? It could happen that this client, as you said, was dealing with the owner of the business.
Right.
And the owner of the business, it could happen that it's not the owner who is even managing the phone.
Right.
Or that channel of interaction.
Communication.
Maybe it's not the business owner, it's someone, but who is monitoring?
Right.
And to me, to young business, for young guys that are coming out, young ladies and gentlemen that are having business, I'll tell you that people really do things that are inspected, not things that are expected. So if you expect
Inspected versus expected. Yeah.
yes. Because if you are looking at it that you expect them to do, in this case, this is a scenario that you see that really not doing it. So for me, with this one, for you to get back your brand or get back that experience, it's just a matter of get in touch with the customer. Now, if you've gotten the product, apologize to the customer, show the empathy, and if possible, give it to the person as a discount or refund part of their money. If they have paid the money already, refund part of the money and apologize. And then after that, for the process not to be curtailed or broken, then we have to get someone who is really keeping the eye on this channel. And that is what really a lot of, if you look at the telcos, we have, and people don't know, we have what we call 20/80. Sometimes it's 30/80.
Yeah.
Which means that 80% of the calls that we get in the call center should be responded, within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So it means that if 100 people are calling at 10 o'clock, by 10 o'clock, 20 seconds, 80 of them should be responded to.
Yeah.
And we have a system that calculates it. So if someone is really monitoring, the person would have known that this customer thing should have been delivered 1 month ago or 3 months ago, 4 months ago. But because no one is checking, that is it. But you can still do damage control by giving the person some freebies, giving the person some discount, giving the person some refund, and then it's going to help.
What things can we put in place? Because I heard you talk about the customer service line, but then I'm a small business. I don't have a call center. Oh, by the way, you can actually engage us. We have a call center. We have the services are open. If you will have a business and you would like a call center that will help, you can call us on 0302 255 775 and say you want to get a call center service, and then they'll show you what the pricing is and that kind of stuff. So call the Springboard call center and you'll be amazed at the kind of service your young business can have, supporting you as you grow. So let me come back to you, James. How do we ensure that we understand and deliver the kind of service that people will keep on coming back to us, and very importantly, help us grow our business?
Okay. So I get this question most of the time. And during our last mentorship program, when I was handling the customer service, a lot of people were in that category, and then they were like, I'm the only person, James, how do I do this and all those things? So I told them that, you can start it small with just even WhatsApp. But make sure that you are able to respond to the WhatsApp at a particular point in time. You get back to all of them. At the same time, there are some friends and family and friends and other people that really, I can tell you, people are ready to do even free bono and other things. Capitalize on your relationship with other people, and then make sure that you return the calls, and then you return the chats, you respond to the chats, especially WhatsApp. Don't go for, because you cannot afford the call center, that will pay, set up.
That you would have 100 people in the line, and then in 20 seconds you've answered them all.
Yes, so the few that you can take, make sure that you take it on, and the few that you can respond to, and if possible, these days we have AI and automation. You can put an automated message on it so that WhatsApp has it. When you do it, automatically it will tell you that we'll get back to you within the next 1 hour, the next 2 hours. People are aware that the next 1 hour I'll be there. It becomes a problem when you say that I'll get back to you next 1 hour, and then
you don't.
You don't. That is where the problem is. So look at your strength, look at what you have, the resources that are available, and then use it. And these days, some people assess, and it's just a matter of training them and getting them to respond to the basic, yes, we'll get back to you and all, and put the automation there. And then it comes with WhatsApp like this, free. You don't pay much. So that is what it. If not to, then as you mentioned, if you want, you can just see Springboard Roadshow, and then we will help you to get something that can really help you to push your business.
Our call center is set up for, has about 36 people. Yeah,
that's great.
So it's a good call center to use for outsourced customer service here in GH. There are many things that people could do that would not help advance their brands, like miscommunication about what the brand promises and what the brand experience is, even the kind of logo you have a background in design, and therefore you know that indeed there are certain colors that just don't make it. So if you're doing your branding and then you just take two colors and slap it together, yes, there's going to be a challenge. And people will look at your logo and be repelled by the logo instead of being attracted by the logo, and so on and so forth. So help us, as you wrap up, what are 2 things that you think every young business should know and should practice actively to enable their business grow?
Before you're able to communicate to someone and have the person believe what you're saying, you first have to have a good understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what you believe in, essentially. And then carve out a way to communicate to who you want to speak to. You obviously can't speak to everybody. So if your product or service is speaking to a certain segment, you need to understand, okay, first, what product you have, and then which segment you are trying to address. Now, when you understand both sides, then you can now develop your elements, your logos, your colors, and whatnot to directly speak to this particular segment of people. Obviously, if you're speaking to children, you know the colors you'd like to use. If you're speaking to a mature audience, you know how to organize your layouts and even your tone of voice. It's defined by all of these characteristics. Now, it makes things easier. It makes you more credible, and it makes you more believable and more professional. That's the first step. The second step, like we just discussed, is now delivering on what you say you want to do and doing that consistently over time. There are no shortcuts.
Consistently.
Yes, with discipline. That's the only way you would grow. Otherwise, if you're going to be chasing trends, if you're going to be chasing shortcuts, with this day and age of social media, the attention span is very short. But consistency, honesty, truth builds your brand over time, and it builds trust over time. Attention is great. You would get the numbers, but those numbers can quickly dwindle when things are not going right with your systems and your process.
Yeah.
So this, I feel, when entrepreneurs or young people take to heart and find the right people, and I'm glad you have this platform, this wonderful platform that would help young people find the resource people to help them grow their businesses. Yeah.
Thank you. I like the consistency. I like the brand, build trust over the years. I love that. And I think that is one thing that as Ghanaians, we need to be working on so that we don't come in and out like a flash in the sun, but rather we come and we stay because we are building lasting brands throughout the country. So James, as we close today's conversation, what are 2 things that you would like to leave with our audience today that they should look out for, should be part of their promise as they give us goods and services that we need from them?
Okay, so I will tell my young self and then any young other person that one of the key things that we really have to, I like the consistency. I also add consistency. I add intentionality. Be intentional. Be intentional that you want to deliver that wow customer experience. That customer experience that people will encounter and they will run and go and tell other people. Because when they are able to do that, believe me, as a business, your advertising cost will come down.
Immediately.
Because people will refer other people. You are going to have a high retention. So you are not going to lose customers anyhow. You are going to have competitive advantage over other people because a lot of people can be selling tomatoes, a lot of people can open schools, but because of the experience your teachers, your salespeople are giving, you have competitive advantage. People will come, and that is where in our local thing they'll say it's juju. It's not juju. It is customer experience that they've given to, people. And then the bottom line will be that your revenue will definitely increase. And when revenue increases, your employees get their bonuses and they are happy all over and they want to give more.
Yeah.
So I would say that be intentional about that.
So thank you so much, James. Thank you, James. Thank you so much, Dennis, for being here today. Thank you for taking us through customer service and branding. And very importantly, letting us understand that indeed, it's not just about having a service, but it's about how you deliver it and how people experience it. And based on that, you're able to create a great brand that will keep people coming back over and over and over again. So thank you so much for listening today. And I'm sure you got some great ideas. If there are some questions that you have, kindly send your questions to the YouTube channel or the Facebook channel. And therefore, until we come your way next time with another insightful edition of the Springboard Hangout, know that you are blessed. You are loved. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. And we love you. Bye.